Turtel Onli, you are known as the father of the Black Age of Comics concept. Can you tell us what some of your original accomplishments has been?
You know, some of the things that led to the creation of the Black Age of Comics concept is when I was young, we're talking high school years, I had noticed that there was a lot of energy among my peer group for people who were involved in the musical side of creativity. For instance, the high school I was at, Shaka Khan was a classmate, and I noticed that in the music industry there were opportunities for them. You know, there were record labels based in Chicago, and they were getting work in studios and things like that, and I became a little concerned that in the comic book industry, being a young guy that had what I thought talent and ability and was interested in working, or opportunities, that there really wasn't anything going on, not only for young people, but for the concept of material that came from a black or African perspective. Keep in mind that during the 60s, that's when the black cultural movement really took off. I started looking around and started thinking about the concept of a black age concept when it came to the industry of comic books, graphic novels, and things like that. What a lot of people might not be aware of, the comic book industry refers to itself based on ages. For instance, when they first started in the United States during the 30s and that period, that's referred to as the golden age. And then when it had a revival in the late 50s, early 60s, that's referred to as the silver age. So I felt, well, we should have a black age, which would deal with expanding the industry, not just as independent publishers, but also people who were creating material from a black or African perspective. First comic book I created and published was called Nog, the Protector of the Pyramids. I published this book back in 1981. What it deals with is a worldview in a location that's called Planet Nuba. Nog, N-O-G, means Nubian of greatness. And in this book, what's introduced is the character, the hero himself, Nog. I was studying in France in the late 70s. I remember going to the Louvre. They had an engraving of all people, Napoleon during his Egyptian campaigns. And he had cannons, and they were shooting the nose off the face. So that kind of motivated me to come up with this character. Don't ask me how it motivated me, but it did. But it came up with Nog, the Protector of the Pyramids, thinking that what was at risk was the image of these people. What was at risk was the legacy and all of that. And then some years later, I did Nog is Back. And so this deals with Nog as he's had to come to terms with, shall I say, defending the pyramids. I don't want to give away too much of the story. But what happens is that Nog gets teleported from planet Nuba along with this main invader, which is referred to as the T monster. And T stands for technocratic. Make a long story even shorter, they not only come to planet Earth, but they get stranded in the housing projects in Chicago. And that's where the big battle scene takes place. But it's dealing with a bit of the Afrocentric as well as the urban scenario. I wanted to combine those two. And so I've been chewing on that title because I have to think. I accepted it. Didn't expect to be that. What does it mean to be the father of? So I'm fortunate that my peers chose to say, it's you. You the father of this. Of course, the pressure it puts on me, I got to figure out, you know, what kind of father am I or going to be? And so I know I've been inclusive. I embrace everybody. If they're positive and productive, please come on down. The Black Age of Comics Convention is an event that celebrates the people that participate in the Black Age movement. That would be fans, the creators, as well as the companies that produce the products. The vendor section consisted of artists who self-publish, and by self-publishing we mean they put out their own products, books, t-shirts, games, and the like. This featured Ashley A. Woods.
Well, the story takes place over a course of, it's over 1,000 years. That's why I chose millennia. And then there's a series of wars that happen. The story takes off when Hannah and her friends go off to look for her sister. while they're looking for her sister on this journey, they start uncovering the truth behind the Great War. And like I said, they learned that a second Great War is coming and is threatening humanity. The main theme is friendship, but the other undertones are like you have betrayal, you have romance, of course, you have action. I grew up on a lot of action, like anime and movies.
Hi, my name is Rafel Nieves, and I am the writer of St. G.
And Order of the Georges, St. G, is the retelling of the story of St. George, where there's a knight. He's off to kill a dragon and defend the honor of a princess. And what we've taken is George from the medieval ages, and we've turned it into an urban setting, where now George is virtually a modern day knight. And you have a princess, a girl whose nickname goes by the name of Princess, and you actually do have a dragon, which is a demon. It's an actual monster creature that hides as a guise of a human, but it's actually a demon. So the turmoil of the story is still the same. It's just the retelling it with an urban feel. And the character, we made him both African American and Puerto Rican. So even then, you still are going to have some Spanish thrown in there. So we're trying to completely mix it up so it has a completely fresh feel. We don't know if it's been told before, and hopefully it hasn't been told. Like, we're trying to tell it.
Black Age 12 featured a workshop series, the Interfan group that did a presentation on the late, great underground artist Grass Green.
One of the first African Americans that did independent fandom type comics back in the 60s. He also then, as I have here, he was the founding father of fan art comics scene back in the 60s. Richard Grass Green, that was his full name. He was among the first African American artists to win popularity in the U.S., and he published his early works in such fan magazines as Alter Ego, The Comics Collector, Comics Illustrated, Superhero, Masquerader, and also at the All-Star Studded Comics.
It's different artists who gave presentations on how to produce and how to promote your products.
I'm Stephen Harris. I am an illustrator. I've done comics for Marvel, DC Comics, and Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image. I've been in the industry for almost 20 years, since '91. I wanted to incorporate elements in history, whether it's oppression, colonialization, fighting back oppression, and I wanted to have that in my comic book, which have those elements in it, and do as a fringe.
I enjoy drawing Batman and the Hulk and all that kind of stuff for the other companies, but as Steve has pointed out, it's very important to do your own projects and tell your own stories. Stories that I want to tell, that Steve wants to tell, that some of you may want to tell. You can't sit around waiting for Marvel or DC or any other company or any other individual to tell your story. So it's important for you to focus in on your creativity, your ideas, and work towards bringing those things to life.
I feel like the big achievement with the 12th Black Age of Comics Convention is that it established it as an annual event. I think it gave it a sense of permanence, like the Black Age is here to stay. There were people from all backgrounds, literally, who came and participated. We had the largest flow of people that we've ever gotten at a Chicago event. And say the feedback, or people who are saying they want to come back, they want to see more of it. The vendors want to participate, the fans want to participate, and it's got me going in a way that I'm just like stuck in the Black Age.